Everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Panel discussion time. Adjusting the camera. Not much of a panel. Everyone's occupied. I may have somebody come in, but everybody's busy. That's fine. That's the way it is sometimes. And yeah, went over quite a bit earlier in the solo. I thought I went over quite a bit. Packed a lot of it in. Discovered Aussie. Our very own Aussie Tiger made it to Slapped Ham. Good job, bud. I mean, I know you were kind of like co-star, but you were there. You were there. I have evidence, and that was cool. It was neat seeing your name on the screen on a Slapped Ham video. I was like, I know that guy. Is that our Aussie Tiger? And Amy is literally on fire doing her ufology Good Morning UFO show. That I sent her a tweet. She'll get it tomorrow. It's late for her. She'll get it tomorrow, and hopefully she'll like it. Okay, I didn't. And yeah, I'm a little still tired. Oh, Nuke's also covered it. Okay. So you're double whammying it for us, huh? Nuke's top 5 and Slapped Ham. Holy crap. You're catching up with Amy, dude. But I see you all over the place. Yeah, I think there's only one Aussie Tiger. And I don't think the other guy comes to the ufology shows. Hey, Renee, welcome back. I don't think Lynn is here anymore. She said she had to pop in and say great show and see me next week. See you all next week. So see you next week. Somebody may come in. I don't know. I'm kind of running low profile right now. And I'm looking at doing a whole lot of cleanup stuff, checking Facebook and yeah, just mainly this social media has really got me. Welcome back, Obi2. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. Social media has really got me bummed out right now because it's all politics and fear. It's all politics and fear. Not only it's fear of everything. I'm not going to be scared of everything. God. Amy took a break from her Twitter. She dropped Twitter from her phone. Now she uses the webpage. And I don't blame her one bit. I think we should all do that. The Gen Z people call it silent walking. Well, I would like to say silent operations, right? And because when you get so permeated, beat over the head with pop culture stuff, oh boy, you need a break. And yeah, yeah, it's very overrated. I'd much rather talk about aliens. Totally much rather talk about aliens. And let me see, what do I have here? Oh, okay, well, did that, and I'm just chilling right now. I will, if anything comes up now, I will be updating the show description, right? And all links will be shown. All links will be here. So, yeah, went over, got the new camera. I posted a video, got a bunch of deer pics. I got a coyote picture, which was cool. The pictures I don't show are the guys doing the grass, the guys doing the maintenance. I don't show those pictures because they're nowhere near paranormal, and they're not cool. They're just dudes carrying weed eaters and shovels and stuff. That new camera is okay. I got a microphone for it, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work at all. It's one of these little boom mics, right? And what you're supposed to do is go back here to this little access port where it has your ports and stuff. You plug it in, and you have a little boom mic that you can, it faces forward most generally, generally, right? And it does not work. I mean, it just doesn't work at all. And it has this little adapter on it where it has four connectors and then three connectors beneath it. So there you go. Yay, tech show. And neither one of them worked, right? So I'm just not even worried about it. It was like $4 on Amazon. You get what you pay for. And that's what I got. Now it's a robot part. It'll look cool, but that's about it. I have another microphone on the way. Hopefully, because the sound on this thing is not good, right? It's just not good. And I can actually add it as a camera. You know what? Let me do that. Got nothing to lose here. Let me add this as a camera. It's one of those things that it's really fun to do certain things sometimes, and this is one of them. Technical stuff on the Quantum Show, because I do that too. Thing is, I've got to plug it up on USB, and I don't really have a long enough wire for that. But we'll figure it out, right? Why not? Let's just figure it out. All right. Let's see here. And this thing is way zoomed in. You can't really zoom out. Or can you? Nope. Let's see if I can get this thing to work, right? Okay, I've got to use a nice long cable because that's what I got to do. And I wasn't planning on one person that I asked to come over. And if they show up, great. If not, hey, we're all still here. So let's see. Come on, you. Oh, my cables are like integrated into my desk now. Not the greatest way to do things. Will it reach? Barely. Barely, barely, barely. Can't see nothing. So, doing tech setup right here on the Quantum Show. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. Now, let's see if I can get this thing to do. I'm plugging it in. It is recognized. PC camera. It's working on it. I'm working on it. Leave the desktop here for the moment. See if I can. Yeah. Well, it says the camera is on, but it's not showing me anything. So, what now? Camera. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Wait, that's not very nice, is it? It's dark. Let's see what this light does. Okay. Let me move some stuff around. Golly, it's bright. That lens is not picking up half as bright as what this thing actually is putting out. Okay. Yikes. That's just, I have to actually position it farther away. Now you got me like this and you don't have my cool mouse hand in the picture. All right, well, there we go. Do y'all see it doing that? Oh, okay. All right, good deal. Well, I'm running a new camera. Can everyone hear me? Sound check. I need to do that real quick because I need a sound check. Sound check right now, please. Sound check right now, please. Sound check right now, please. Because I switched cameras and God, do you see the thing going like that? It's flickering. Yeah, it's just stupid LED light. Let's see here. Does that? Oh man, now it's flickering a lot. Sounds great. Okay, good deal. This is still on. That thing has a microphone on it, but it's horrible. Let me show you why. Lynn, I will send you an invite and you can it should come on. Just look at the window. I'll run with this camera for a minute. You know what? What? Oh, link is sent. Also sent Raven a link. So if she shows up, great. Hey, Zach Diecast Monsieur, welcome back. Been a while. It's flickering. Yeah, it is flickering. It's flickering like crazy. I don't think I like that, y'all. I really don't. Oh, I can't look at the camera. It's so bright. No, I have. I'm testing out the camcorder, and like it's so bright. No, this is not going to work. I'm going to change cameras, okay? But now I've got to. Well, do you see any flicker? Do you see any flicker? I need to readjust because I didn't mean to show you my gross desk. My over stupid clutter desk. Okay. Is there flicker? It's brighter. I don't need that. We haven't needed that up to now. We'll just turn it off. Let it stay. Okay. Okay. And we're back. Okay. Yeah, that's the webcam, the cheaper webcam that I got. Amazing how it works better than my super nice, supposed to be super nice other camera, and it doesn't do well. All right, there and yeah. All right, so sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Sound check complete. Thank you, Joseph. And man, I drank my cup of coffee before I even started the show. But that camera will not work for a webcam, especially unless you're in daylight. But if you're in daylight, why would you need a webcam that's attached to a computer, right? So it is portable, though it is not great, and it's non. The thing is, it's non-networked. I can accessorize it, and with just store-bought stuff. I don't have to make anything. Though I do want to make a rig where I have the iPhone over here, camera over here, and I'm carrying them, and you can compare one to one what they are. I want to do that. So links are out. If anybody wants to come in, they'll be coming in. I'm going to shut down my other browser window for now. If anything comes up, yeah, this is the webcam. and not the camcorder that's supposed to be superior. That's okay. I did not change the microphone. Let me see if I can change it. Do I have another microphone? Let me see. I'm not going to mess with it because that would just screw everything up. Okay. Yeah, we can do portrait now. I'm just looking at the settings. Yeah, you said it, Aussie. Superstar said it. Watch for ghosts. That was a short one. I'm back. Alrighty then. Yeah. So, anything happened while I was gone? Anything I was happening? Uh, yeah, yeah. Just cream. Just cream. Just cream. But I use the fancy flavored stuff because that's the limit of my poofiness right here. I must have cream. Yes. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Hmm. We have been talking ufology. Have been talking ufology, and Lue's book is coming out. Lue Elizondo's book is coming out. It will be to me. Amazon says this week. I'm not going to comprehensively review it. It's going to be more of the same, right? And coming in the front door, hey Lynn,
Hi.
it is a slow news day for me.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm kind of low energy because of just having to run around and do all this stuff.
Right. Oh, we've have had company this week. A couple of different ways. My granddaughter and Keith Andrews is here.
Oh, is
I
he
just
there,
he
or is
yes,
he in town?
he's in my house. Yes.
Oh, is he gonna make a sneak appearance?
I don't think so. They went to bed. They are
Oh,
so tired.
okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still, I'm up at this time of night, so this is normal for me. And I
Mhm.
figured, hey, here I am.
Right. Thank you for coming onto the panel,
Oh,
Lynn.
thank you for having me.
Everyone's busy, so yeah. Raven got a link. I don't know if she's gonna get it or show up. If she shows up, I've got that all that stuff turned off, so I'm not looking at it.
Right.
But I did send her a link, so we'll see. Because I
Yeah.
would like to get her on by just us, just you and I, and
Yeah.
see what she was talking about when we had to cut it short that day. I know it's so many shows ago, but it's still on my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. We just got got finished here in town and got back. They were tired, sent them to bed, you know. And it's been a good day. It's been a very good day.
Did you get him to meet the Skinwalker yet?
The
Yet?
skin.
Not yet. Yeah, you're in New Mexico. You gotta get the
What
Skinwalker.
skin would that do? I don't know anybody like that. John might. In fact, I know John does. So, but
Okay,
I don't mess with that.
I know, but it's just it. When I go to a place that I don't normally go to, I try to experience as much as I can, whatever it is, because if I don't, I feel I miss out. And there's a bunch of stuff. See, the reason is because there's a bunch of stuff I did not do in Germany
Right,
that I had some kind of hang up because of, or and it was all in my head. And now I wish I would have done it
right.
when I mean, I could go to Germany now if I wanted to. I really
Sure.
could. Take the quantum show, go to Germany. But it wouldn't be the same as when I was 22.
Well, Germany's not the same Germany it was when you were
Right,
22 either.
right.
Things have changed very much in the last few years.
Yeah.
But yeah, when my brother-in-law was stationed in Germany, it was had a group of soldiers, and uh, he insisted, if you don't have anything going on this weekend, you're going with me. And he'd load up a bus and take him to like Neuschwanstein or something to go see.
Right.
So and they got a lot of pictures. Dina still has the scrapbook from all of that. Of course, he has since passed away, but she has all those memories, and she wouldn't have had them if they hadn't gone and done stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, there is one constant that involves people that it's not architecture that will remain constant in Germany forever. Tony's Pizza. Tony's Pizza is immortal, I swear.
yeah, we made pizza tonight. So
Cool.
yeah, Storm's good at that. He's good at a number of different dishes. So he loves loving cooking for everybody and enjoying the camaraderie and the visit.
Yeah.
So
Man,
he got to see his grandchild for the first time in 15 years, and that was emotional. It was very quick. I mean, we didn't know she was coming until she was almost here.
mm,
So that we got to visit with her was very exciting. And she only comes to my shoulder, and she's 14,
mm,
and I'm not tall.
right. And we got a question. Did I go to McGoffin home? No. I don't know what that is. Maybe I did. I don't remember. It's been a long time. No, I mean,
Did you change your microphone? Because you sound
no.
like you're in a. This sounds different.
I might have by mistake. Let me check the audio. Oh, yeah, I think so. How about now?
Well, you still sound pretty tinny. Usually very clear.
How about now?
Now you got it.
Okay, that's this microphone. Okay.
Aha.
Got it. I had it set to the microphone on the stupid camcorder.
There you go. That's what happened. It was
And
still picking that up.
yeah, what's that?
It was still picking it up.
Yeah, it was not. So it's not that bad, really. It's just it just makes it sound funny.
Uh
And
huh.
the reason the second one sounded funny is because I was using the the Guitar Hero mic, and it's like way over there now because I was
Wow.
like talking to the microphone way over here. Now this one is right here. Thank you for the sound check though. Let's see, better. Aussie saying better. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the
There you
way,
go. Yeah.
uh, Aussie Tiger was shown as kind of like a co-star on both Slapped Ham and Nuke's Top 5. They do haunted clips and things. Yeah.
Bravo, Ozzy.
Yeah. I even sent Amy a screenshot and I was like,
Cool.
is this our Aussie tiger?
Oh, we have claim.
The other one is like Austria, and he doesn't go to the ufology shows that I'm aware of. He's never been here.
Austria? Why would it
Uh-huh.
be Austria and not Australia?
No, there's two Aussie tigers, I guess. Somebody told me there's Aussie tigers. One is Aussie Tiger Australia, which is our guy,
Yes.
and then there's Aussie Tiger Austria, which is like he's not here, right?
Uh huh.
This is our guy. This is our guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he even has a mug. You should get a mug, dude. Get one of these. Get you one of these. Yeah. I'm such a fanboy. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Well, that's all good. Don't be sorry. Live your life,
Yeah,
enjoy yourself. The heck with everything else.
it's been a trying week.
It has.
Uh, so I'm trying to do all the positivity pumping that I can because I'm really kind of worn out and angry about a lot of stuff. And like the most obvious stuff is all the social media is beating me over the head with politics. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
about it.
No. I did that. Uh, what was it, about 4 years ago? And I put up with it and put up with it. It didn't stop. I thought maybe it would stop after the elections. No, couldn't have that shit. So
No.
I did the best thing I could done. I turned the damn thing off. And
Yep.
I haven't looked back. I wasn't
Pinky.
excited about having it in the first place.
Yeah. Pinky, I'm going to have to look up nuclear gravity. That does sound cool. I want to know more because there is a lot about gravity is in a lot of the big science news right now. And
Right?
I don't have any links where I totally should, but like I said, this is just an update show. And Aussie is planning on getting a mug.
Awesome.
I wish I could send you one, dude. But I would. I would just hook it right up, but I just am not able to do that. And like everybody needs one, or at least
It's hard. You want to do stuff for folks, but you end up doing for everybody, and then nobody really appreciates what you have done in many respects. Not always, but many.
yep, 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 yep.
And you
And
can't afford to do it for everybody.
mm-mm. And it's not only money; it's uh, dedication and time. And
Hmm.
I will talk about the car stuff, though. I will talk about the car stuff. I'm calling the Topaz done until I can rebuild the front end, and that's like
Oh,
gonna be a while. I'm
oh, that's
calling.
disappointing.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. It's not it's not a killer error. It just makes it a little bit rougher. That's all.
Mhm. Are you
Transmission
going to
good.
Are you going to be able to drive?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's driving right now.
Awesome.
And yeah, it is literally on the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking done as in done do be done done done.
Cars are never fixed. They're
So I told
and
my son they're a money pit.
yeah, they are. I don't have a recent picture, but let me see what I do got. I like talking about things it's an accomplishment. And I can at least get the car on the screen from before I washed it. If nothing else, I got to go back a ways. And oh, by the way, 3% Productions is doing well. I'm
Hmm.
very happy with what's happening. And they're talking about making a studio album. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for a studio album. There's a lot of hardware that needs to happen, needs to be got before a studio album can be made. Where is this thing? like they're talking about a digital mixer. Those things are about $1,000. They're about $1,000 for a studio mixer that they're thinking. But we got, I can't find it. Wait, I
Oh
can't find it
wow.
now.
You know, this is I know you do what you can, financially, but that's way out of my range.
Yeah, I am not not really wanting to do that just yet. They aren't, and I'm not going.
I think things need to pick up a bit before we think that direction, at least here.
Yeah. Okay, I do have a picture, a decent date. Well, it's clean. That's what I can say there. Oh man, this is before I got the new headlights. Yeah, I need to take another picture. Just I get the one before the new headlights. So I'll
Uh-huh.
just go ahead and show that one, right?
Yeah.
And let's see here. Now this is an older picture. Yes. And I replaced those headlights. They're nice and shiny and new now. And you can still see that little break in the thing right there.
I'm gonna have to give you the formulation that Millard uses to clean headlights.
Okay. Well, thing is, I
I mean,
already.
it's easy.
Hmm?
It's easy, and believe it or not, it uses old coffee.
Well, I got plenty of that.
I'm not kidding. It does. It's hysterical. And they stay clean for quite a long time. Of course, a lot of you get the gunk off with coffee, as I remember, and then you clean the coffee off. Because coffee has oil,
Hmm.
but not just acids, but oil.
Hmm.
So you have to clean that off too. But once he's finished with it, he does a bit of a buff on it with a very very mild scratch,
Hmm.
and it's off. It's off. It's clean. It's clear.
Well, I'll have to remember that. Please do let
I
me
think it
know.
might cost 5 cents.
It,
I'm not getting it's nothing. So
I did it.
I'll sit and I'll talk with him and get the recipe he uses, and I'll pass
Okay.
it on.
Because I went over the Elantra with toothpaste.
Uh huh.
Was a lot. It works, but it was a lot of work.
Oh
It
yeah.
was because the toothpaste is really thick and heavy. And-
Minty fresh.
yeah, minty fresh headlights, and yeah, I need to do something. The paint is rough. It's been outside the whole time. For 30 years, it's been outside,
Seed.
and
I
it's rough.
can't quite read it. He
It says
uses seed.
linseed oil.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mm. Linseed oil is a protectant,
Uh huh.
and it is water resistant because it's oil and it's
Right.
sticky, right? But once it dries, it acts like kind of like a wax. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what painters use on their canvas.
Hmm. And uh,
You
dialing
really
back.
have to be very careful with linseed oil. It can be very, very toxic, especially if you breathe it. And I'm not talking about a simple mask. You really got to get it away from your face entirely.
Hmm.
My uncle had done linseed oil on a deck and just damn near ruined his lungs.
Oh,
He
it's
was
that
quite
costly.
he was that sick. Yeah. And he didn't realize it was any big deal, but it is very, very bad for you.
I'll remember that. And Pinky goes on to say, but you don't leave it on too long. Okay, well,
So
I don't
comes
even
right
know what
off.
I'm talking about then. I
Yeah,
will
a little bit goes a long way.
I will be leaving linseed oil alone because I don't know where you are, Pinky. I can't remember, but I am in a pretty mild climate here. I mean, it took 30 years to mess up.
Mhm.
You know, I don't have blowing sand and I don't have salt water, so I mean, I'm next to a cow pasture. in a cemetery.
My
Here-
God, hot here.
Yeah.
I mean, literally be out for 5 minutes or less and be burning hot.
Mm. The weather has chilled out here. We're now, like right now,
Hmm.
I believe it's, let me see what the
You
phone
guys are
was.
getting ready for your August dip,
Hmm.
in the temperature. And then your rains will be coming in here very shortly.
Hmm. Wait, here we go.
I remember how that went in Ohio. And, about the end of August, it would just start raining. And of course, the leaves would come off, and you'd have a lot of that deep fall smell.
Hmm. Right now, that's about right.
88. Holy
Right
cow!
now,
I
it's,
don't think
it's
it's
about,
that.
I
See,
think that's about
ours is,
right now.
let me see here. Yeah, yeah.
10 what?
Let's, let's see if I can get it correct here. Right up next to it.
Yeah, it'll autocorrect. Whoa, 92. That's a little warm. That
Yeah,
is a little warm.
it's 9 o'clock at night here. I'm sorry, it's almost 10, and it's still that hot.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Aussie is saying it's warming up here in Queensland, Australia.
Okay, yeah, because
Okay.
you have opposite weather.
And Bay Area. So you're California. All right.
Huh?
Hey, what about them UFOs that got seen, Pinky Leader? Since I got a contact in California and you're it, what about those?
Yeah.
What, um, yeah, did you hear anything about that? Please put it in the chat. What did I look up? Palm Beach. Okay, that's Palmdale. Palm. I don't know if that's your area.
That doesn't sound
You're,
right. Palm
no,
Beach would be in Palm Beach, California.
Palmdale. Palmdale.
Yale.
This is Palmdale.
If he's in the Bay Area, it's like up in San Francisco,
Hmm.
right?
Okay, he's.
No,
Oh,
Bay Area like
you're in
Galveston. Oh,
Texas.
that Bay. Wrong coast. Sorry about that, Pinky.
Wrong total state. I'm sorry, Mr. Texas.
Really.
I didn't mean to insult you by telling you California.
Ooh, yeah, big. Man, he's gonna hex us or something.
Yeah, Texas is the home of the assault plastic straw. The tactical assault plastic straw.
Yeah,
Heck
really.
yeah.
They get to steal ones like this, and they'll hurt you with it.
Yeah,
They'll hurt you with it.
California has the melty paper ones. Have you used any of them?
A paper straw?
Yeah,
As a kid.
right. As a kid, they're trying to mainline that here in Nashville, and it's not working.
Oh, yeah. You mean like for drinks and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, those are nasty.
yeah, and the logic
And
that they're using.
collapse, and
Yeah,
you
the
try to
logic.
you try to draw, and it just goes slump.
Yeah,
Now you got nothing.
and you end up taking the lid off and spilling it all over your car anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you, and
Hmm.
and Lord help you if you're going somewhere.
Yeah, paper straws are like garbage.
Mhm.
I want to also. I want to also. And
Now the big news around here has been Texas having earthquakes.
oh,
They're big
okay.
ones. They're not small. They're about 5 point. I don't know, between 1 and 9. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with that. Yeah, Joseph is saying earthquakes and UFOs sounds wonderful. Yeah, I hear you. We only have a handful of them here in Tennessee, and I haven't been able to go because they use Tennessee standards for Texas food, and it ain't the same. It is not the same. Nowhere near the same. I can I can verify that. I went from Houston having Whataburger in Houston, the home of Whataburger, had it one day, come back, had Whataburger the next day here. It was like going to Burger King. It
It's
was,
a very different uh, setup
yeah,
from here to there,
yeah,
I'm sure.
because it's just the way the supply lines go, and they source local. Now, Tennessee meat is
Yeah.
good, but not when they try to do it Texas style. Tennessee hamburgers are great. When you get one from Tennessee, like there's this place called Wayback, they do it really good. It's really good.
So a Tennessee steer is not like Texas steer.
No, not at all.
It is different.
Yeah, Tim is saying Whataburger in Arkansas is weird too. The fries are nothing like they are in Texas.
I don't know. I live in New Mexico, and there's two or three here, and no, I don't want any. It's just not good. It's not a Texas Whataburger.
Yeah, the standards are different.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't really understand what the differences are, but here we are. We got 4 states saying Whataburgers are all different.
Yeah.
You know what? That should be something that I take the Quantum Show on the road for. The quest for the different Whataburgers.
You could do that. I mean, along with some other stuff. I mean, if you're going to go ufology, you
Yeah,
could just sock Whataburger in there too.
heck yeah, because
And you don't
what?
want to get sued though.
Oh, that is an interesting correlation.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting correlation
Well,
between.
may as well kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, no. The thing is, Texas, New Mexico, they have way different UFOs, but they also have way different Whataburgers.
Mhm.
Tennessee has way different than all of them, and I'm like thinking, what is the correlation between the three? And Arkansas also has UFOs.
So you're going to set up a conspiracy theory between Whataburger and a UFO? Oh yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here on the Quantum Show.
Oh my God. Oh, we're in such trouble. Yeah, I think that they're feeling that the fracking that has been done in Texas over many, many years, really since we started drilling for oil here, uh, is likely causing some of these earthquakes. Some of them have been quite bad,
Hmm.
and El Paso is having them too, and we will fill them here in New Mexico. So, here we are.
Mm. Yeah, the fracking with all that
Right.
weakens the ground, the bedrock, and ah,
Well, El Paso is sitting over an aquifer, and it's a deep one. And I've made the comment over time, you keep screwing around with that and pumping oil out, pumping water in, blah blah blah, yak yak yak.
hmm
And something's bound to let go.
right. And to us, it is a huge deal, right?
If you're in the middle of
Geologically,
it, it's not going to be funny.
nah, geologically, it's not, it doesn't even qualify as a bump in the road. But to us here and now, it's a big deal. I don't know why. I'm about ready to put together a hydrogen rig for all these cars that I got, and then get 60 miles a gallon, and then figure out what knobs and voltage and blah 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 I got to do to make
Mhm.
them, and to turn have I'm going to do it on the Topaz because it doesn't have a fancy computer on it. I
Uh-huh.
can just turn the fuel pump off and see what happens, right? Get it going, get it working, then turn the fuel pump off and see if it keeps running.
Well, no, we were talking about that last week, and you know, you can run your gasoline engine in front and your electric in the back.
Yeah,
Switch.
yeah.
I don't
I
know how complicated that would be, but I think you could.
Well, it's only complicated once you get down to the nuts and bolts and wires and fasteners. It's not very complicated at all. Like uh, a lot of the hybrids now have just that setup, but it's not. You know what? Let's do some illustration. I can do some illustration here, and I can break it down fairly easily. Now, what you're talking about, let me do car, and we're talking about Topaz, so it's not sporty, right? uh, mm, Now, what you're talking about is what I would like to do. The main thing, now it's going that way. The gas engine is in front. We're talking about a front wheel drive car, right?
Right.
And then you can get it. Now, what I would say do is get it going, right?
Uh-huh.
And the little computer sees that the wheels in back are moving, and that can be like your a generator, right? For if
That
you
makes
need,
sense.
but then it can turn off. And let's just throw in some batteries, right? Throwing a battery in there. Now it's an electric car battery, right?
Yeah.
Not lithium. Oh my god,
I don't know what they were thinking. Honestly.
that is not a good idea on a large scale. Anyway, moving on, right? And I'm not gonna give my not full electric. I'm never gonna try that. Pinky saying Topaz is too heavy. It is very heavy, and I'm not gonna try to do that. But
But this is a concept. I mean, it's just
this is
do it, don't do it, but it's a concept.
yeah, and then you got your electric in the back. You can switch over, pop the gas one in neutral, and click on the electric to be your drive motor once you get going because electric motors suck a lot of juice to get going.
Well,
Called
yeah, you could probably do that with a smart car or something very, very light. But in
right.
the smart car, kind of a hybrid anyway.
Some of them are, but this
Yeah.
is what the kind of thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And what I would do in this case, and this is a good idea, is have gas lead, and then instead of using gasoline, it uses.
Hydrogen.
Well, we're not ready for that as a society, and I'm not trying to change society just yet. Ethanol, not ethanol. Ethanol is made from corn. Corn is
Right.
subsidized by the government. Methanol is made from grass cuttings, beets, and beans. So
It's
that's
Mr. Coffee in the car.
right.
I'll
It's
Back to the Future.
yeah. Now, if that was a methanol engine, it would start out that way, and then the electric takes over. Well, here we go. The electric takes over, and this is now a generator. And this is a bad generator for the electric part, right? Generator for the electric part.
Hmm.
After you get your torque done, after you're going, you get up to speed, you get up to like 30 miles an hour, then your electric takes over, and the methanol turns into a generator for
Hmm.
the electric, and you are now a hybrid, and you are now away from gas. This is what's going to get me assassinated right here. But and like I would much rather be using hydrogen anyway but we're not ready. People can't get their heads around how that works. You do not bottle it. You do not bottle it up like gasoline or hydrogen or
So we
propane.
just create as needed.
You're right. It's an on-demand type system,
I
and
see.
it's been done. There's just I see so many. Okay, Pinky, ethanol ruins your pistons. It ruins the rings and the seals. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I don't like ethanol because it does that, but methanol is pretty much the same way. So Aussie is up here saying made from sugarcane. Yeah, sugarcane doesn't grow very well here in the states. We have sugar beets, and if you look at like an American bag of sugar, it's primarily made from beets. So
Depending on where you buy it from, but yeah,
right,
it's that cheap beet shit, and it's nasty,
yeah.
very nasty.
So let's burn it all.
Yeah, sure. Burn it all.
Make
I'm
ethanol
gonna
out of it. And beets are super easy to
make
grow.
us all rich, and we'll buy cane sugar from Dominican Republic.
Yeah. And our cars need to be engineered currently they're engineered for gasoline, which is petrol based, which is oil based, and oil is good for is good for metal, right?
Right.
So yeah, and then you
So
have
with something else, would we need to go to plastic?
no, not plastic. Um, it burns cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
It burns cold. Ethanol, methanol, alcohol burns cold. And you could actually go with a polymer aluminum uh
Transparent aluminum.
no Scotty, not yet. Ceramic. You could go with a polymer ceramic aluminum, right?
So I'd be driving a teacup.
A reinforced teacup.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes,
Shucks,
so do we.
here's the prophecy on the Quantum Show, folks.
So do we. You can't buy gasoline petrol that is not 10% here. And it is like that. And I have a feeling what's happening with my red car right now because though it was made in that time, it's a Hyundai and Hyundai standards and not so great.
I don't like that fuel.
Not really. It likes and the Topaz really don't like it. I got a ways to go with the Topaz.
So what, you need El Cheapo de Slapo or the most expensive? Which way does it go?
They're all the thing is your regular mid grade super. Let's just go regular super, right?
Uh,
Regular is for your normal everyday low average to low compression ratios.
okay, sure.
So that is a normal car because the lower the compression, the less the wear and tear, the less the maintenance, the more reliable.
I see.
Okay. So you go when you get high test like 95 and up octane,
Uh-huh.
97 and up octane, then you're getting high compression fuel. And that is for Mercedes and McLaren and Corvettes,
High performance.
high performance where they need higher or lower RPMs at well there's math, right? And
No, I understand. Sure, I got it.
um where you have some high compression. Well, you have the high compression is for the high performance cars,
Oh,
and it actually does worse. You think I used to think that you could take 105, which is turbo blue here in Tennessee, right?
mm-hmm.
You could take 105 and put it in your regular gas car, and it would help it. It does not help it. It does not help.
Okay.
What it does is it causes uh, premature, what you call it, premature ignition, and
Ah,
it's
I know what that.
knocking. It causes your car to knock
Sure.
because if it doesn't reach that compression, it doesn't burn all the way, and then you have a secondary pow,
And you
and that
got
makes a shock wave.
sludge in the piston and
Well,
road
it just
suspension.
well that can happen, but that's not that. That's not that. The sludge comes from something else, but
Very
it doesn't help. That's the
right.
that
So
would be
with
the
your Hyundai, could you not put some sort of additive in it to knock down that additive somewhat and make your fuel more efficient for your vehicle?
well. I don't know if there's an additive I can put in there. I can put in. I have put in things like Lucas, right?
Yeah,
And that isn't
that's what
really for more efficient burning. That's for cleaning out valves and
right.
injectors and stuff
Well,
like
so
getting
it's
rid.
for like over 100,000 mile, I think, maybe a little more.
What's that? What'd you say?
It's, Lucas is for cars for over 100,000 miles on them.
Yeah, yeah. And
So you can squeeze a little bit more time out of them.
I have not seen this. Saw a Pinky Leader saying I saw a modification that produces oxygen out of the exhaust. I have
Hmm.
not seen that. That would be very neat to see.
Well,
And
that would solve some of the emissions problems, wouldn't it?
hey, nerd, welcome back. Haven't seen you since a whole week. We're actually, well, she's probably been lurking and listening. We're talking a little bit sciencey here, just car stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about and like the sludge that happens, the carbon buildup is a lot of it. EGR exhaust gas, the smoke pumps and stuff like that. That's where that comes from, and a dirty gas to begin with. We shouldn't be using gas. I want to use that hydrogen. Nerd, what do you think of an HHO hydrogen system? I want one. I want one. I want to use this dude with an old Chevy box truck, right? Well, box side, the old Chevy pickup trucks.
Yeah.
He took a pickle jar, one of the big, like 3-gallon pickle jars,
Uh-huh.
rigged it to separate water into hydrogen oxygen, and then had a little. He called it the dryer, but it's not a dryer. It's a flash suppressor. Okay, because
Ha.
if it flashes, then you don't want your entire system blowing up. So
Well,
what that does,
that'd be a downer.
yeah. This let me go ahead and do the basic. I never finished talking about the hybrid cars, but that's okay. We've moved on from there.
No, Nerd says, oh yeah, I had to build a bypass valve on my Infinity when I supercharged it.
Hmm.
So you go. So we're sort of on the right track. Maybe we're reinventing wheel. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me show the HHO system, right? And I found a neat method to make an easy HHO element. You use an egg beater, the wire ones, right?
Hmm.
You take an egg beater and you take some stainless steel scrub wool pads, right?
Like a
Not
whisk, you mean?
a whisk, yeah.
Yeah.
And you take your stainless steel scrubbies, not the kind with soap in it, right? Uh,
Right. The
These,
green ones.
right. This is the stupid cheap way of doing it, okay? You take two of them and
That's
you,
what we can afford.
yeah, yeah. This is Dollar Tree HHO right here, and you push the scrubbies inside the whisk, and that
Uh-huh.
little sleeve that little sleeve that goes on the whisk where you can make it bigger and smaller. Tighten
Right?
it up. You tighten it up, and
Hmm.
then uh, and that is your element. That's it. That's your positive. That is your positive element. And I was like, whoa, that's actually really cool. Because what I was going to do was um, I was going to get a jar. I was going to have to make some stuff, but I like this better because it's cheap to fix. Cheap to fix is a big deal, right? Cheap to
Uh-huh.
fix is a really big deal. So what this guy did was he had his whisk with his stuff in there, and then he had in a metal thing, right? He had it in a metal. Well, no, let me go with the pickle jar dude first. Okay, and then what he calls a dryer is not a dryer. Okay. Um. So you have your water in, and your positive, and then your, and this guy, I think he actually used a piece of screen, right,
Mm-hmm.
on the inside of the jar, and that was his
Oh, likely, you know.
that was his negative, yeah, and then that was his positive, that was his negative, and this is going, yeah, this air line goes down here into water, and then you have a surface, then you have to engine, right? Let me bring this up. Okay, I know it looks crazy, right? Now
Love it.
over here,
Something Storm had put together.
well, it's going to be something I put together from Dollar Tree. There's your whisk with your stuff in it, and he
Right.
wrapped a stainless steel screen around the outside. In the water, there's water. There's water in there, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
when that goes positive, ions travel from negative to positive, and then it pushes it out. It actually expands, right? You good?
Yeah.
Are we disturbing them with science?
No, I got startled by something.
Okay.
Storm, may I have water, please, darling? Okay.
Okay, now this is out to the engine, right? It
Right.
goes through this thing. This is a quantity of water, right? Now, if it flashes, it's going to flash at the engine, right? And it's going to travel back. Now, I saw this demoed. What will happen is the flash will travel in here and arrest right here. It will
Okay.
burn itself out right there.
So I'll keep it from blowing up.
Right. This is a plastic container, like something high temperature.
And
Right.
hopefully not one of those damn paper straws.
No paper straws, plastic tubing, and this is a glass jar, just so you can see it, and it's heat resistant because it gets hot under the hood, right?
Right, of course. Gets very hot.
Yeah, and then you have your positive element here with a screen outside, and then you have your sealed up. Now he was using poster putty, okay? This dude was using poster putty to insulate all this stuff,
Oh
and
boy.
he had water going in, and it was electrifying out here, and like, yeah, there we go. And yeah, damn
You're a
right.
mad scientist?
There it is. This is electrolysis separate. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And now this is the simple, easy way to do it. This is what you call Brown's gas, right? Where hydrogen and oxygen are together. So the problem is it wants to make water again, real quick. There is a way to do it. And it's a little bit more complicated, and there's more lag, believe it or not,
Uh-huh.
lag. So you can take your, let me go ahead and just show it, right? Um, what
So
now?
DJ thinks you're a mad scientist. So who are you pissed off at?
Yeah, no, he's happy about it. He loves it.
Oh no,
I
it's great. It's great.
know what, Tim. I don't think you got to see me at my MacGyvering best when I was in Germany, dude. I don't think you got to see me at my, because I changed brakes with a spoon, and for real, you when you
I
ain't
know,
got
I
something,
believe you.
you make it work. But
Yeah, to
I,
use what you got.
yeah, this is, I'm gonna leave that other method alone for now because it's a lot more. It's not much more complicated, but it is a different setup. And as long as that system stays sealed, right,
Uh-huh.
then you are in a negative pressure environment. Negative pressure makes hydrogen a lot easier to deal with. and I mean negative from atmospheric pressure out here in the sky, right? So as long as you're in a negative pressure environment, and this is a vacuum system, because this, when I say goes to engine, that goes to your intake manifold, where and you block off a vacuum tube somewhere. You want to. My idea also, I will add to this is um back in the day in the my mom's old El Camino had this big. It looked like a giant coffee can with a hose going to it, and I could never figure out what it was for, and she didn't know either. Well, you
I
go from
remember that.
yeah, that was a vacuum canister reservoir.
Oh
What it did
wow.
was, yeah, it. So let me. I'm not going to draw it, but from the output, which is going to the engine, right?
Uh huh.
From the outputs going to the engine. From that point on, you can have it go into one of those giant coffee cans,
Mhm.
and you would have a greater area to have your low pressure zone.
Mhm.
And once it's in there, it's still under low pressure. It's not a it's not a pressurized bottle, like um, natural gas or
Right.
propane, right?
So
Hydrogen wouldn't.
what would happen if it did break?
If this broke,
Mhm.
you'd spill a bunch of water.
So whoop de doo, huh?
Yeah, it's not going to blow you up. That's what that little. That's what the thing in the front is for.
Right. Got
If,
it.
if this blows up, it's going to blow up from this side. Now you'll lose your coffee can, but
Right.
who cares? Okay,
Now
nerd.
let's make sure we put up like and subscribe too.
Yes, please, please.
So we didn't
I
get that
thank
done.
you. I'm getting all into this now. I want to say, here's the deal. The issue with these is that electrolysis consumes more energy to separate the molecular bonds than what the hydrogen will produce. You're better off just making a hydrogen car. Here's the thing. It's a closed system. It doesn't the uh the efficiency of it is not that important at this point. It's a closed system. And that's why not a hydrogen car, right? A hybrid methanol car. Because
Mhm.
the point is to get away from gasoline. That is the point for me. That is my whole issue, my whole deal. Yes, nerd, I agree with you. It does consume more energy than it produces, basically, right? Well, that's the point of, I mean, the point is to get away from gasoline. It's not to beat gasoline, it's to stop using it. Because I can make methanol here. It's called moonshine. Okay. Tennessee
Mhm.
is, we have we have front runner moonshine. you can go to
Mhm.
you can go to the gas station if they sell liquor, right? You can go to the gas station and buy something called moonshine and then go down the road and buy actual moonshine. you know?
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So, nerd, while I agree, the whole point is to get away from gasoline. And what do we got to do to get to that point? If a hybrid HHO, methanol, not gasoline. Use your cars, right? They call it flex fuel now, you know? And let me see here. I actually have methanol injection on my car now, but only to enable more boost. Thoughts on E85 as a gas replacement? The thing about that is a lot of cars have to be engineered to accept E85 or even E100, which is moonshine. Okay.
Mhm.
That's moonshine.
So they are moving towards it.
Mm, in some places.
Mhm.
In If I go north from here, I can go to Columbia, Tennessee, and they have this gas station. It was so cool. You look at the gas stations and on the sign and along the top thing where it covers it, right? You have regular, mid grade, super, and then sometimes diesel, right?
Mhm.
Over there, it's regular mid-grade diesel or regular mid-grade super diesel, E70, E85, E100, propane. I was like, whoa, all it is just lined across it. I need to go take a picture.
And hope to God you don't get the wrong one.
Yeah, because, well, diesel bad. Oh man, I need to
So
go.
real bad.
Yeah, but she's asking. I have methanol injection in my car now, but only to enable more boost. Right, it's a separate system that it pushes it in there, and I understand that. I understand. I've been watching a lot of car stuff, doing a lot of studying. I'm a nerd too. Can't but tell, right? And I don't know what that is at the moment. Green gas,
I
man.
think he's talking about diesel.
Man, it's the Quantum Car Show diesel. Okay. And then, whenever I bring up methanol, people start going directly to biodiesel and ethanol. And I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know
Actually,
it's not.
it's a different, they're both internal combustion, but it's different. And how,
Well, it's utilized differently, isn't it?
what's that?
It's utilized differently.
Yeah. And how you produce the fuel is different. Ethanol, corn, right?
Right, right,
Gasoline, oil.
right,
Methanol, cow patties.
right.
I like that because the cows are gonna make patties.
Well,
And
they are, and people are not really embracing the whole eat bugs thing.
oh, I'm
I
not.
know I'm not embracing it at all.
Oh no.
But if you want to continue with cattle, why not use the after products? It just only makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the farmer does.
Yeah, they use it
Farmer throws it on the pasture that they're
they sell
gonna.
it. You got cow farmer, you got plant farmer. He sells it to over there and he gives them feed. It's a nice little thing, right?
Oh, Storm, you're so bad.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, what my point was cow patties fertilizer, and they're good fertilizer. It has to be cured a little bit and put on an open field and allowed to dry and rot,
Right.
and then it's turned into the soil, and the soil becomes richer for it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
a little nitrogen thrown in.
Yeah. The meat and dairy farmers sell
Mhm.
that happens here. It's in Tennessee, right?
Sure.
And uh, they do that. They trade. It's literally a trade. I mean, okay, but I
It's
want to.
big business in places
Yeah.
where they'll take manure for your average gardener to pick up and put out
Right.
on their garden.
Hmm.
If you're real intelligent or maybe a little bit connected, you can go out to a farm and say, "Hey, can I shovel some of your shit?"
Right. And then I'll bring you bushels of stuff if you let me
Yeah,
shovel it in. Let me
trade.
clean your stuff. And they go, sure thing. Come back for some steaks and milk later.
Oh yeah.
And Nerd is going, I know E85 started getting big, but she meant minus 30% lower energy density compared to gasoline hurt it a lot, even for cars that could take it. Yeah. And that's something we're just going to have to get over. Look at what everybody is driving now. How
Well,
many of us drive F350s, F250s,
yeah.
Corvettes, and Cadillacs, right? I
What's the
drive
point of
100.
that? Yeah. What's the point of that? I don't drive something that intelligent.
Right. It's not,
I
they're not.
I don't have a fancy car. I've got a Nissan.
Yeah, you know what? Our cars run more on the RPMs than it does torque. Here we're getting into some technical stuff. further, right? Okay, minus 30% lower energy density. Correct. I
Listen.
and our cars run on high RPMs.
Uh-huh.
They have very little torque to speak of. Okay, the torque is like pulling, right? We're
Right.
pulling trailers and big bodies and heavy loads. I
How
have, huh?
how many of the people that are driving these monster trucks, monster SUVs too, actually need that kind of vehicle?
Yeah,
Truly needed.
the big cars, the big F2, not even F-150, right?
Yeah.
F-250, the big Ram trucks,
I'm talking about the 250, 350s.
right?
Who
Not
really
me.
needs those?
Not well. People get to do what people going to do, and they're
Oh
going to work
yeah,
what they're
but
doing.
you know how many times I've seen a young teenage boy driving the biggest truck, obviously with the smallest amount of true equipment,
Right.
and uh, and yeah, the inference was deliberate, and I mean, get themselves killed, kill someone else. And Storm's not kidding about that. He did pour two quarts of moonshine in that tank.
Yep. Yep. And that is absolutely correct. It burns so clean. 2 quarts of moonshine. It burns clean. It will run on it, especially 71 308. Yeah, it burns clean. It just there's a less power output when you burn it like that.
I'll tell
Understood.
you what though, that Plymouth had from what I understand about the Plymouth, was a was a workhorse and could go like this SOB down the street.
Yeah.
And I mean, and this is not an exaggeration from him at all. He literally, somebody had taken down the barricades in front of a very large ditch, a, a, a wide one. He
Mhm.
was running a code with the fire department, and he could not stop for that. He hit the accelerator pedal and jumped it and got across
Bastard style, of
and
course.
got and got the fire truck behind him stopped just soon enough that only the front wheels went over the edge.
Mm, mm,
You know,
mm.
so he's not kidding about that thing being a powerhouse.
Yeah. Um, Nerd is saying I miss when trucks were work vehicles and not oversized status symbols. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. A lot of people I work with have these big trucks.
Mhm.
Okay, they are mechanics.
Mhm.
They don't need them. I could put
Mhm.
same tools in my Hyundai that they carry around in their truck. I
Mhm.
okay, and I
There's a general consensus in this country that we do not have an energy problem. And the proof of that is in the size of vehicles people are driving. They don't believe it. Not for 2 seconds, they don't believe it.
yeah,
And beware of the soccer moms who can't see over the dashboard of a lifted 350. You know, and I've seen it where the teeny woman tinier than me, the propped up looking over the edge of a steering wheel in one of those damn things.
yeah, we got them here too. We got them here too.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean,
And people wonder why cars are rolling. Why, oh, my SUV rolled over. I don't know what happened. Well, damn, drive a vehicle you can drive.
yeah,
Pick it up, people. Get intelligent.
yeah. Don't drive outside of your ability for sure.
Right.
Like, um, like, okay, I don't. It's not a high performance car. The Grand Marquis that's sitting out there, it
Mm-hmm.
has a smaller V8. Nerd is asking Storm.
This
Was
is
that a Fury? Plymouth
Plymouth Belvedere.
Belvedere? You know
Mm-hmm.
what? Let me do this. I can do this.
71 Plymouth Belvedere 308.
That was a station wagon?
Yep. He jumped a station wagon.
I
You
have
didn't
only
think he
seen
could
them.
do magic before, you know now.
Here we go. I'm going to just bring up the Google search. And we'll go through them one at a time. Big. We'll just look at them. We'll bring them up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that front end. And I can't make them any bigger, guys.
Is that first car a brown one? Is that a Belvedere? I'm not seeing that.
Satellite Regent.
No, it's not.
It's not a Belvedere. It's a
Uh-uh.
Satellite Regent.
It's a Belvedere we're looking for.
Yeah, satellite. Then
I'm not seeing it very, very well. So
yeah, let me do what I can do here. They're all satellites. I put in Belvedere, but
I don't think it was a real popular car, and it wasn't around for long.
right.
He says 17 feet of solid steel.
Yeah.
That's the only way he got away with that mess.
I'm only finding satellites. So maybe it was a variant that was, like you said, very short lived.
Yeah, it wasn't long lived, I don't believe.
But let me see if I can.
No, I can see him doing it though, because that genre of car during that time frame were just beast.
Oh my gosh, this picture is horrible. Never mind.
Is it a Belvedere?
No, they're all.
Yeah, that's
Well, that was a
anybody.
Ford.
I will quote one of the movies I've seen. Anybody who would paint a car that shade of green needs their ass removed. Yeah, no. It had
Please be bigger.
both
Okay.
nameplates. What does that mean, Storm? You mean it was both a satellite and a Belvedere?
Ah, here we go. I can do this. Now this is a satellite, right?
Yeah.
But it's similar, and I can.
Oh, he said 318. Sorry.
There we go. This is the best I can do right at the moment.
That it, Storm?
It's another satellite. I couldn't find. I didn't see any. I didn't see any station wagons. For the specifically Belvedere.
I know that this thing was a tank.
Oh, it's a tank. It definitely is a tank.
For him to have gotten his speed up along a dirt road that fast to get over that ditch, and he told if how far was that ditch? You want to here? Wait a minute. You want to talk? Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn that off. Okay. Go back to your multiple screen there,
Okay, let me
to your search window.
working on it. I have to get back to it.
Yeah. Because I saw one that looked like it.
All right, let me navigate to it. I have to.
Okay. You see that blue one right there?
Oh, sorry. Where?
First row, that blue one right there.
Let me see if I. Hopefully this picture is near. You know what? Let me just do this. This is the.
Enough space in the back for 8 of your favorite children.
I can't. It's too small.
It had four rows of seating,
Mm-hmm.
one row facing backwards,
Yeah. Let me
and
let me see
with
if I can find a different picture.
yeah, that actually is exactly what my car looked like. That's it.
Okay. Well, this says satellite custom, so it could be a Belvedere.
Yeah, well,
Um,
my car actually apparently it had some body parts replaced
yes.
because one fender said satellite,
Mm-hmm.
and sorry, the back said satellite, and one of the fenders said Belvedere.
Okay.
Yeah, the one there that's the fourth one over, that blue one. Might have a better look at that one.
Let me try. Uh. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, that's it. But that's the one I had.
Okay. Yeah,
And
they like to change up the front ends.
I took that Belvedere over a 50-foot gap.
I can see you doing it. See, look at the difference in the front ends, right?
Yeah,
This is another satellite, but the difference in the front nose.
yeah,
Okay, just slight little things here and there.
yeah. But the blue one is actually the front end I had on my Belvedere or my
Okay.
satellite, and it freaking flew.
Hmm.
And the torque on that thing was so wonderful that I had my satellite full of six of my friends. We were going up to play D&D for my birthday, and they we actually outran a Corvette uphill heading up Highway 70.
Oh well, sure. A Corvette going uphill, got Corvette got no chance.
Exactly. And I had 8 friends in the car and 3 cases of Coke bottles.
Yeah, that is a heavy load, and it.
Yep.
Was it
Yeah.
Coke?
It was Coke. It was Mexican Coke. Yep.
Where?
Hmm?
One there,
Yeah.
huh?
You know what? I mentioned it a little while back, but yeah, 340 foot-pounds of torque ain't no joke. Damn right it ain't. There is an engine that is being worked on right now. Maybe nerd, you've heard of it. The Blueprint Engines LS four cylinder. Nerd. They took an industrial motor from like a thresher and a tugboat and stuff like that, right? A four cylinder and a aircraft tug. You know what I'm talking about? They took it. They took the block and they said, now these guys are high performance builders, Blueprint Engines, right? They took this block, which is a push rod block, no overhead cam, and they took the head off of it and they drilled holes in an LS head from a 400 Chevy 400 LS, like in the Camaros and shit, and they attached it and made it work. It got 280 uh, horsepower, or 260 to 280 horsepower, and it got 250 foot-pounds of torque with that. I was like, "Holy crap! I want one!" And it's a low slung. It's a not overhead cam. So here's overhead cam, here's push rod, right?
Uh,
It'll fit in my Hyundai. I want
oh
one.
boy.
I want one in my Hyundai.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
And okay, but let me. You know what, nerd? This is for you. Let me bring this up. I have it in the link somewhere, but I'm going to bring it up again. Um. Oh, this is so cool. And it was a side project, right? This was a side project. Now, give this HHO, give this one some hydrogen, right? And okay, this is not these are like before it's not finished yet. They're trying to make their own parts instead of using off the shelf parts because this is a really yeah. Let me go ahead and let me see if I can. This is please be yes. Can you see that?
Mhm.
Okay, that if you look on the bottom, it has a basically it's a tractor block. Okay,
Right.
with a high performance head on the top of it, and the you see where the water pump is, that little silver pulley. That's where the camshaft is. Okay,
Okay.
on that side of the engine. And this, you see along the top, you have coils, and that is a LS style head where they made it work on this tractor, 4-cylinder, like a aircraft tug.
Uh huh.
Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Aircraft tug?
Not necessarily that. I know what else you were talking about.
Okay, let me
Oh, okay.
yeah, one of those. Okay. With a little
Okay, now
thing.
I got it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they pull the aircraft where they want it to go.
Don't they're high torque, means thick steel in the cylinder walls, right?
Yeah, it's like the Farmall dragging the big uh tractors at the fair.
It's not letting me do it. Yeah, it's yes,
Lots more strength than speed.
right. Tug. They're not meant for speed. They're meant, but
Yeah, they're
what
meant
that's
for
what they
strength.
did. And
Mhm.
what they and now that is a lot of it's built for torque. So it has really thick cylinder walls, high tolerance for temperature and pressure.
Mhm.
So what they did was they took that thing and they took the head off of a 400. They call it an LS motor, but it's a Chevy 400. Okay,
Okay.
the V8, the small block V8, and I want to go. I want to look at this pretty thing right here because I want one that had now that
So you covet this, huh?
I really yeah right. Well, actually, Aussie, I can tell you, since I've been working there, right?
Uh-huh.
Since I've been working where don't have reverse, that's why they need a tug. No, because they don't have. They have jets, and you can do the stuff with a propeller airplane. You don't need a tug for a prop plane. You need a tug for a jet plane because jets, if you're trying, you can't slow them down. They're either fast or not. Okay,
Right.
because uh, it's so technical. Correct, they don't have a reverse, but um, there's just since I've been working in this field, I have learned so much about just moving them around. You know,
Mhm.
just so crazy. But they're really big and heavy, and you don't want to like run jets to pull it into a parking spot because they're super loud, super inefficient at slow speeds, and they burn so dirty, and you can't breathe when you're next to them. There have been times when they do that, they try to do that. They were running this program at work, and
Right.
all the cars got this. It was like
Oil
airborne
oil
sludge,
scum.
yeah, all
Mhm.
over. And it screwed up my windshield. I got to go like polish it up to get the scratches out of it because there's no way to get it. There's no solvent that you can buy. You know, it's not like goo gone and it goes. It's not the same stuff.
It's very, you know what might take it off? Um I want to say THS.
I don't know what that is. Well, I took care of it.
What's it
And then
called, Frank? The real heavy duty solvent that we had to use on the walls in here because they were so thick with smoke. TSH?
TSP,
Sodium.
TSP,
T-
trisodium phosphate.
what is it?
Trisodium phosphate.
Right.
Trisodium phosphate.
Trisodium phosphate, because they clean airplane parts with that.
Yeah.
But it is highly dangerous.
Right.
I mean, you use gloves, you use mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's toxic. So if it's what I think it is,
And
yeah,
you
absolutely.
cannot get it um asking for that. You need wall cleaner, and that's what you ask for, and you get it like where the plumbing supplies are.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just how dangerous this stuff is. But that might take it off. The only reason I know about that is my friend Maggie was
Oh.
a airplane mechanic, and that's the only way she could clean airplane parts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I found the exact picture of the dude in his Chevy truck. Right. Let me bring it. This is so cool, and he says he's been running it for years.
Uh huh. Oh, the one that had the specialty.
The
Oh
pickle jar.
yeah. There it is.
Pickle jar in the back. Now he's running glass with no padding. I'm like, I don't want to do
Like,
that.
like you're crazy, just crazy.
Right. So if you look on the yellow, that is where your hydrogen and oxygen is being separated. And
Right.
he's using screws. Okay. He's using, which is fine. That works.
Oh
He's
yeah, but
using,
it's just fun how homemade this is.
oh, I love it. And what you see, I don't know if you can see my curtain. No, you can't see my cursor. Let me,
If I blow it up, it can.
okay, let me see if I can.
Yeah, full screen, folks, if you want to see the cursor.
Let me get over to it. And there, well, it's as big as it gets, right?
Yeah, it's not real big, folks, but you can see it if you go ahead and blow up your
Max,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in the yellow, you have the it. There is a lot of poster putty. That's what he said. It's silicone gel, which is poster putty, and with the vacuum will help seal that stuff in. It
Mhm.
tries to pull it in, but there's not enough vacuum to pull it through, and it comes out this tube, goes in here, goes down into the water of the blue cap, right?
Mhm.
And this other one going forward, it stays above the surface of the water. He calls it a dryer. That's not what it's doing. Okay, it's a flash suppressor. Now this goes all the way to what he did was uh the boost for the brake system, but you don't have to do that, right? It has a tap on onto the brake system where you can go right there. But I don't really want to put hydrogen through the brake booster, That sounds really risky to me, but he says it works. But there are hell, that right there, that's
Well,
a
as
vacuum line.
old as that truck is, what's this risk? You know.
Well, true. I mean, everything's fixable. And it does actually act as a vacuum reserve.
Uh huh.
Uh, now that I think about it. But that's what he's doing. And on the positive and negative going into these electrodes here, he's using two long screws, right?
Uh huh.
He has a self resetting relay over here that it's basically a 50 amp fuse. That's what he said. But it's a 50 amp self resetting fuse. So if it blows, it pops off in here, doesn't blow anything up. There's enough. Now, this is plastic because you don't want an explosion inside a glass jar. You want an
No.
explosion inside of a plastic jar. And the metal lid gives you some, well, the air will compress slightly or a lot, really. The air will compress. That's fine. It's not going to hurt it. And the jar will flex when it's made of plastic. And it won't melt because it's called flashing. It's not slow burn, right? It flashes because it's
It
over
might
in
make a little bit of light noise, but it's not going to set
it's not going
anything
to
on
sustain.
fire.
It's like
Yeah.
listen, sound. Here we go. This is how long a flash takes.
Yeah.
That's the flash, and it's
like
over
like on a lighter.
right, and it
That's
burns
how
itself
quick
out
it is.
immediately.
Uh-huh.
That's a hydrogen flash, and yeah, Rachel, thank you. I have been cramming this stuff for the past 2-3 months. I've been cramming, finding everything I can find, every reason to do it, every reason to not do it.
Yeah.
And okay, there we go. So that is the kind of thing I want to put together, right? Now that is the single output. There is a way to do a double output, but it you don't really need to for a passenger car, if you're just producing to run on a car, this will work, right? And if you're like trying to run a big engine, you want the double because it has a lot more capacity, a lot more volume, but a lot less. It takes longer because it separates. Believe it or not, positive and negative will separate the oxygen and hydrogen into two separate things, but you got to keep them separated, right? And I love this stuff. Can you tell?
No, really?
Yeah.
No, you've been threatening to do something like this for some time, and it's overdue.
Yeah, I mean this out here is almost a Dollar Tree fix. Okay, that's what I call when you use recycled parts and cheap parts like pickle jars. Okay, that's
Yeah.
like they throw them things away. They try
Well,
not to throw them away, but pickle jars.
if you really want something like that, you go to a place that sells pickles, the big pickles, or it sells pickles on the side, like a delicatessen. Say,
Yeah,
listen, I need a big mayonnaise jar because those are plastic, and I need me a big clear pickle jar.
yep,
Bada boom, bada bang. If they want to charge you $1 or $2 for it, it's
yeah,
pocket change.
yeah,
Hand it over
and
and take it home.
it's literally garbage to them. Whereas,
It is.
meanwhile, on Amazon,
Uh-oh.
okay,
Now we're in trouble.
let me show you what Amazon. Let me do this right. No, thank you, Tug. You served us well. Um, Now keep in mind they're literally garbage to the stores, right? $41,
Oh, yeah.
37, 48. What? What? This is what I was referring to as mad capitalism. Okay,
Oh, yeah, it is.
what the hell is all this? Why? Right?
Oh, these are things that people are using for canisters and
Right. Well,
well,
they can go.
Karen's the Karen needs an extra large jar for cookie making. Who knows?
Right, right, and they're gonna cap. That's mad capitalism right there.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like, what are you thinking? You can literally upcycle from people's garbage.
Yeah,
And it's
be
like
nice to the guy down at Jason's Deli for crying out loud.
$5 for the old jar he's got to break and throw away, you know?
Get cozy with your grocery store girls at the hot foods deli. They got these things and want them gone. And that's
Yeah.
not the only stuff they got. Now they might be charging a couple bucks for stuff. What the hell?
Who cares? I mean, it's profit for them, local business profits. We all profit. Um, but yeah.
Oh heck, I knew one group that would charge for them, and that paid for their Christmas party.
hmm Yeah, OB2, oh man, I've been cramming and learning and seeing what I can do to make this happen. Because okay, here's the thing. The Elantra, my Elantra has a big open spot near the front right in the corner. And it looks like there's supposed to be some kind of reservoir there, but it's not equipped on my car. I want to use that
We were
spot.
all set.
I've got a spot for that. And the other two cars, no brainers, right?
Really?
Grand Marquis, the thing is enormous. There's a lot of room under there. I got plenty of room for a pickle jar. The Hyundai is a little more challenging, but I'll make it work, right? I'll make it work. And the guy who had that picture up with the pickle jar, He
Uh-huh.
said it will steam clean your engine because when you burn hydrogen HHO, it
Mhm.
produces water vapor.
That makes sense. I was going to say, that's the cleanest old truck I ever saw.
Yeah, it steam cleans everything, and with as many exhaust leaks, it's like having a steamer under the hood.
That is,
Austin is
I mean,
saying,
you get it anytime. Anytime you can do a twofer, you should.
yeah. Aussie is saying I have heaps of 500. I don't know what that is, dude.
Graham.
Yeah, 500-gram coffee tins. About 10 of them. Would they work for this? Let me see what that
I
actually looks like. I
don't
need
know.
measurements.
I know the plastic in the space of the plastic it might, but how are you sealing it? Because those have jar lids.
Okay, no, that's too small, man. 500. Yeah, that's too small. You need. Well, it will work for a tester demo, but not for your car. Because what I'm looking at is
No,
I've got
Storm says no, it won't work because it will not hold the pressure.
right. Save that for the Mercury project, right?
What'd you say, dear? He says it's only 1 pound and it's not
Yeah,
large enough by a long
they're
shot.
small. They're little
Yeah,
small like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
They're like
yeah.
little
Yeah, it's
small ones.
not a big gallon coffee tin. This is only about pound size.
No, we're talking like the minimum you want to use is something a little bit bigger than this. And this is what is this?
Well, just a glass jar, isn't it?
Well,
I
this
think.
is not glass. This is 20. This is 700 milliliter. No,
Okay.
sorry. So 500 would be about yay big. That's too small. Save that for the
Oh.
Mercury project. This is not even big enough, right? What
No.
you
You need a gallon jar. It's going to be about like so.
you want at least 3 gallons, but like this is a roll of paper towels, right?
Right.
And that's just barely enough to make it work. Okay, and this would be a 2 liter,
Right.
2 liter bottle, give or take, and that
That
would be
one was 2
barely.
liter. That looks
This
like only a liter bottle.
looks like a 1.5, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. We're talking. What I was looking at there uh, would hold about a gallon and a half, maybe, or just a gallon. Either one of them.
Right, a gallon would work,
Mhm.
but pickle jar is like more than that.
I
Um,
think the reason he used it was the pressure. Then the putty would hold that pressure, even though it's mild pressure. It's still pressure. The
right, it is my
glass jar
and
is not gonna collapse over that.
right, and the metal, the putty acts as a shock absorber. Very good point. And so does the metal cap. It flexes. It'll flex,
Mhm.
and it gets warmer and it expands and it flexes really good.
Right.
But
Where
it
these
won't.
other things won't.
Right.
You need some flexibility in this mess.
Right. A lot more than I've got them. I've got a bunch of them. I got. Hold on.
Well, here we go. You saw it in the Quantum Show, folks. Pass it around, like and subscribe, and if you're here, you're Quantum. Remember, we have a buy me a coffee.
Not dead. It's just when the other side tells me, "Do not do this in public," I listen. Could you hear me talk?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, those coffee tins are good for a bunch of stuff, like the Mercury Project, but
Mhm.
don't want to do it for HHO. You're talking like that picture I showed you, the big honking pickle jar. That's a good
Right.
thing to do that with. But
Well,
I
there's the mayonnaise jar is plastic, and it has some flexibility
has a
where
lot of
there's
flex.
some give.
Right.
where the pickle jar doesn't, but it doesn't
Right.
need to have.
No, the pickle jar has it's in a vacuum system. It is
Yeah.
the tail of a vacuum system. So it's literally if anything happens in it, it's going to go straight up the vacuum tube,
Right.
and that's fine. Um,
And big thing with that, those jars are made for high pressure.
yeah, they are.
When they can those pickles, you're talking about a terrific amount of pressure.
Yeah, and when you get them
And not break. They're not brittle.
right, and when you get them brand new, full of pickles, there's a vacuum seal. So
Hmm.
it's literally made for higher vacuum than this car product.
Precisely. So it's not a question of not getting the right tool for the job. He got the very right tool for his job.
Hmm.
Probably went in and talked to his wife Maud and said, Maudie, what do I use for this project? I gotta have something that won't give. And she's looking at him and said, what the hell am I doing here in this kitchen all year? I'm canning, you fool. Get you a pickle jar.
I'm canning, fool.
She said, what do you mean? What do I do? Well, not my area. I do this other stuff. Ah, damn man. And believe it or not, I have heard these kind of conversations. Sometimes in my own kitchen.
There it is. It's up there forever.
Now tell me you haven't been in your kitchen heard this kind of conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, farm kitchen. Oh hell yeah! It gets weird.
Yeah. But Aussie, those cans that you're talking about, those are good for other things.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are,
don't
but
give them
not,
up.
but not this. I've got bags of them. That stuff on Amazon I showed you. I ordered them to get this project off into the drawing board state, right?
Hmm.
That's what I use. That's exactly what I use. And though 500 milliliters, he said
Just
500
you
milliliters.
really can't trust Amazon to give you a glass jar that's gonna be safe for this project, though,
Right.
Nathan.
No, no.
I'm very serious about it being a pickle jar because that glass is not gonna shatter under high pressure.
And for whatever it's worth, made in USA
Damn Skippy.
with actual engineering specs behind it for vacuum pressure, which is
No
crazy.
offense to our friends in Australia and other places.
Right. But the price goes up dramatically when you have to ship it across the ocean.
Oh please, we're not doing that tonight.
Yep. No. Aussie is reminding us very forthrightly. Please like and subscribe. If you're here, you are quantum. And
That's
we
right.
went from all this crazy ufology to how can we save ourselves? And I needed this so much because
Yeah,
it's been a rough week. Okay. It's been
busy.
busy, running around nonstop. And I have been wanting to talk about this and get somebody on the same page with me to understand what I'm getting at, right? And nerd,
And you thought I was the last person on earth that would understand
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Surprise.
Well, hey, here we are, right?
Yeah,
And nerd, I hope you see the merit in a thing like this, right? And
yeah,
also using methanol instead of gasoline. It's not really about uh, uh, outdoing gasoline. It's about getting away from it because, like, the majority of the cars on the road are low compression, high RPM. Methanol will work perfectly in them,
yeah.
when they're engineered to run that flex fuel. It's okay. I mean, yeah, you get less mileage, but you can literally
You can
buy
fix
moon
that
time.
though. You
Yeah,
can fix it. It's going to take time to discover it and to engineer it, but you have to have motivation.
the
And
thing is,
we're fast approaching the need for motivation.
yeah, the thing is, it's already been done. and it's
Yeah.
just not for sale to us. It's already been done, been being done. These flex fuel vehicles, what they call flex
Hmm.
fuel, they have had them for at least 10 years now,
Oh, easily.
probably 20, right? And they can run on ethanol. My car cannot because
And your average bus is running down the street on alternate fuel.
yeah, natural
And if
gas.
they can afford to run a bus on it, why in the hell are we not using it?
Yeah. Because it's a safety thing. It is because
Yeah.
you have to be trained to be able to fill them tanks and stuff. I get it, right? But
Oh
we
yeah,
should
I do
be able
too.
to do it. I mean, in the what is it, the Midwest, where they have you are not allowed to pump your own gas because of the same reason we're not allowed to use natural gas.
Excuse me, but I was educated. I can do this.
Yeah, we can figure it out. We can figure it out for
I'm not nearly as stupid as the government thinks I am.
sure. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be too mad about this show because I'm not even talking. I haven't mentioned Area 51 in once. Oh,
Whoops.
there it is.
Only on the Quantum Show, folks.
Yep, only on the Quantum Show.
It's just a lot of burger to this little critter and that little critter and a pickling jar and screaming in the kitchen.
Yep.
Let AI figure that
Yeah.
out.
Okay, well, y'all, Lynn, it has been a fast 2 hours for me because I got into this.
Yeah.
We're at 156, an
Oh,
hour
wow.
and 56. So, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Are you talking about the ethanol, the methanol, or the hydrogen? Because yes, it would work. Because it's not. Well, you have to have some kind of antifreeze in it, but then with the water, you put baking soda or salt. Salt
Hmm.
is an antifreeze. So you put salt in here. Well, you put
Not
salt in,
alcohol, folks. Salt.
right? Salt.
No
Salt.
need a bomb in there.
You put salt in here, and that is your electrolyte plus your antifreeze. So it
Yeah.
may not work in Antarctica, but it will work in Alaska.
Yeah, and
And
it's not all of them, Rachel. It's either or. Baking soda or salt or
right,
what we say.
you don't need both. I mean, in a
No.
cold environment, you might as well use salt. You know,
Yeah.
and in a warmer environment, use baking soda. The guy with the pickle jar in the picture, he uses baking soda because he's like in Georgia or something. It's fairly warm, you know?
Yeah, but they have their flashes of cold weather.
Right. But not much, you know? I mean, and you can put some salt. He also recommends you vent the system after you use it all day. So I'm thinking all kinds of automated stuff to happen, like
Oh
vent
boy.
controls, air pumps, uh, uh, flush it out, put new water. You got to replenish the water. You have to put new water in. So a little gallon jug in the back, gallon jug up somewhere, just a little drain system going over there. Maybe air pressure pump. Why not?
Maybe sort of like your water pump would be.
Not even that high a volume. It's a
Yeah, I don't think you
low,
need much of it.
no low gravity drain would do
Yeah.
good. Gravity flow. But yeah. Oh man, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I'm glad Rachel's here. I'm glad Nerd is here to talk about this stuff because
Oh yeah,
heck, he
Tiger.
showed up. Aussie Tiger and Tim and yeah, here we go.
Renee and
Yeah,
Storm.
hey, Storm. Oh, Storm. Think about this stuff, man. And link will be in the description after the
I
show.
got it. DJ Wardove. Yeah, I'm gonna trip all over my mouth. Sorry, DJ.
Yeah.
Pinky and uh
Yep. All the tech people
yeah,
showed up.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm so glad. And I really hope that this kind of thing stops getting demonized because you hear hydrogen and people think hydrogen. here in Nagasaki, and it's like, no, no,
Well,
no,
well,
no.
you know who's demonizing it.
Yeah,
It's not even a guess. We know who's doing it.
yeah. So that's
Anybody
why,
who's got any kind of wallet problem with petroleum is worried about anything that's going to move out of that system.
right. And I would rather have a hybrid methanol and this than, or hybrid methanol and electric than gasoline, because we don't need it anymore. That's the same thing I have about, I'm not going to start a whole new topic, but blow up pneumatic tires. Why are they still the main thing? I want some of them airless tires. You know what? Industrial.
And you mean like what, nitrogen?
No. Well, the
Like,
nitrogen, yeah, but pneumatic at all, right?
mm-hmm.
Blow up any kind of blow up inflatable tire. I don't want them, right? And
What are you going to put in their place?
let me get it up here for you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize
I'm
what
working
you
on
were doing.
This is going to be the last thing.
I promise we're almost done. Okay.
Now, there are some issues with these, right? Now,
Uh-huh.
you see where it says down on the bottom, it says flop,
Yeah.
because it wasn't done correctly, right? At work, they have these airless tires on a bunch of equipment, and it works really good, but it's not legal for street because they become unstable in the high bouncing, high velocity, right?
Uh-huh.
Like being on the interstate. But it can be done, right? It can definitely be done. Like, what's wrong with inner tubes? First of all, you make this, and then on the, let me bring one up larger, okay? Now, let's say a normal car, right?
Uh-huh.
And oh, I can't find, okay, this looks like a good one, and it is not.
Straight out of Mad Max.
I'm trying to find a nice big picture, right? Hold on.
So what, when they roll over something heavy, they kind of collapse and go back?
Oh no, it's not that. It's when they're at high velocity, when they're moving
Oh,
at interstate speeds. When they move over something at like 30 miles an hour, they just flex correctly.
so
But
the balance goes out of whack.
well,
Is that it?
it's not a balance issue. It's a really a lag, because one side has to pull and the other side has to push.
Uh-huh.
And then if it's at 30, 35, that happens. But at faster speeds, it's like,
Stutters.
right. And that will cause your tire to bottom out.
Oh, that would not be a good thing.
I got a good picture. Hold on. This is a nice big picture. Perfect. Hold on. Stop. I said stop sharing. And I'm going to bring up another picture. So here we have the airless tire that seems like it would work, right? However, it has the same problem. It collapses under high velocity, and it doesn't have enough give and take. It's not responsive enough. However, if you were to take in the, let me get over to this thing, right? If you were to, oh, this works. I'm not going to be, what?
So here's the question, Nathan.
Yeah.
If it were solid, where we didn't have a a sort of open space inside the tire, would
Hmm.
that affect the drivability of the vehicle?
The vehicle would move slower because it's a lot heavier,
Uh-huh.
and it would, the the bounce of the tire gives you a lot of shock absorbency, right there at the wheel.
I see.
Now, if you could mix these two together, okay. Now, Chevrolet came up with something for the ZR1 Corvette years and years ago that never took off because it was too heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody else came up with another idea, and I kind of put the ideas together where you have foam rubber on a regular size tire, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking a Corvette, a low profile. I'm
Not
talking
memory foam, but a harder foam.
right
Urethane?
polyurethane, right? Foam, polyurethane foam. All right. And you know what? This is actually something I can sketch.
It's
And
an interesting idea.
yeah. Okay. Now you saw what was on the screen, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Now,
Honeycombed.
right. If you take, now I'm not going to do the whole thing, right? But, uh, all right. Tire, surface. This is what overheads are good for. Okay. Air, foam. Okay. If this is your, I didn't draw the whole tire. Sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the tire surface with foam, say 70% of the interior of the tire, or 50 or 60%, just a little bit more, right? And then you have air against the rim. You have a mix of foam and air. You catch a nail. If it's not a 10-penny nail, it won't go all the way through. And if you pull it out, it'll self-seal behind it.
So what are you talking about? Fix-a-foam?
No,
Foam
no,
fix? Whatever
no,
it's called?
no. This is a pre-made thing because remember, it will also expand as it gets hot, right? And it
Not
will.
yeah, fix a flat. That's where I was going.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a
No, I know it's not.
polyurethane foam, right?
Uh-huh.
From the surface of the tire to about 60% going towards the rim.
Uh-huh.
And then you have an air cushion between the foam and the rim. So you
need a lot of structure in that foam.
it's solid foam. And
Mm-hmm.
then you could take the honeycomb thing, give it the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Because then the air will provide the give and take. The lag goes away because the air will move like
But
the air.
will you not have foam the foam, will you not have a fatigue going on almost from the beginning?
Mm-mm. No. What do you mean fatigue from what?
Things like foam break down. You see your pillow breaks down. That's foam. You would have to have something that doesn't break down at all.
Different kind of foam. This is, you're talking about the very light density for pillows.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's very light. This is a very heavy density. Let me think if I could think of something that we buy regular that is made of that kind of foam. I
Shoes.
can't. Well,
The bottoms of shoes now are foam.
not the bottoms, but the insoles.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now those are really thin. Okay. Compared to, I mean,
Yeah, but they're cut off of a foam that could be, thicker.
yeah, you could get different densities all
Sure.
easy. Like say your tire is literally, hold on. These are just estimates, okay? My tire is probably the entire thickness from the tread to the rim, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my whole tire, okay? Now you got this dense foam that's, okay, when you're talking shoe bottoms or shoe inserts, you got foam right here.
Right.
The rest of it is like the inside of the shoe. Now, when you're talking about a tire, you got foam right here.
Right.
And this air, right?
Right.
So, in theory and actually in practice, right,
Mm-hmm.
what they did was they adhesed the foam on the the outer edge where the
Right.
tread is, but not the sidewall. All right, that is a trick right there, because then you have the flexibility of air, and it still bounces, but you don't gain so much weight as it being full of foam.
One of the biggest problems with tires is how heavy they are,
Right.
and they're terrifically heavy.
Hmm.
And of course, the more weight you have on a vehicle, the less mileage you have.
And less performance, less acceleration.
Precisely.
The
So
harder it
if
is
they
to
were able to get that tire to lighten up, but also to be super durable,
right,
no, they wouldn't sell as many tires,
right.
but it would be overall performance would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be a give and take. And if you catch a nail, the foam, when you get foam, it splits up. The nail goes between my palms, right? And then
Right.
when you pull the nail back out, it goes, it seals itself, and the air
Mhm.
pressure can't get out, because as smooth as the nail is, the foam is bubbles on the inside, and it's all rough, so it kind of seals itself up.
So it'd be a lot slower than your average.
If at all, it
Mhm.
wouldn't at all. You could take it out and just keep going, you know. And
Yeah,
that's
I
when
could
you have
see.
your yeah, that's when you have your those tire repair kits
Sure.
where it comes with a little handle and and a sticky piece of rubber.
Right.
Well, that's when you can use that thing. You just take a stick. You don't want to hook it because it'll get stuck, right? Poke it down in that hole 1 inch. You're done.
Or the toothpick even.
Yeah. And then you can leave the toothpick in there because the toothpick is going to break before any of that other tire part does.
Yeah. Well, first time you run it, toothpick's gonna go off.
Yeah. Or it's just going to wear down and break up and not cause any problems.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we have gotten way away from even the hydrogen.
Well, thank you for joining us, folks, for
Yes.
the automobile portion of our show.
Yeah. I am wanting to make these things happen.
Well, without an idea, there can't be a product.
Right. And it is trying, and I really would like to advance society, but I can only help the people around me. Society doesn't want my help. Society
Yeah.
likes gasoline.
Yeah.
So
Well,
here we go.
it's like Keith Andrews and I were talking, and we agreed that society as a group, not necessarily the individual, but as a group, doesn't want any help.
Right. They want the convenience of people telling them what to do. Thank you,
Yeah.
Rachel. Thank you so much. I really get into these topics because I consider them practical things that I can do, literally Dollar Tree stuff, upcycle stuff. I love this kind of thing, you know. Um, I mean, look,
Good
oh,
night, Rachel.
how rig worthy am I? I got duct tape on my desk, right? I'm ready. I'm
Hey,
ready. I'm ready.
do you have baling wire too?
Oh, do I got I somewhere over here?
You're
Duct
bound to.
tape,
I know
baler
you.
wire. I got bread ties and a little piece of plastic and oh, hair ties. Oh, these are priceless. Anyway,
Oh yeah, those are useful for everything.
yep. Okay. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and start pushing buttons. I gotta do the yeah. It's been 2 hours and I haven't left this desk except to get more coffee, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, well, y'all, thanks everybody for coming to the panel. It's been the science panel. Why not? Alternative fuels. What do we cover? Methanol, hydrogen, hybridization, tire science. I think we did it
Old
pretty.
versus new.
Yeah. Um, and we covered some things. Duct tape is the universal tool. Yep. The joke is Is it supposed to move? Yes or no? Yes, WD-40. No, duct tape.
That's right. A lot of people swear by it.
Yep. Okay. Yep. And I'm going to take a breath, calm down. I've spun myself up. I don't need to do that. But this has
Uh,
been fun. This was the
been
I
a
was
great show.
yeah, I've
Been a
been
great show.
reviewing. We reviewed what I went over. First hour, by the way, was pretty cool. If you get a chance to watch, go watch.
Oh, okay.
Um, I went over. It was mostly ufology. We did the science here. I've been wanting to talk about this for months. And okay, we're keeping it quantum, like Aussie says. Aussie, you're famous, bro. You're on two of the most viral YouTube channels in the world.
Last time you saw him here first.
Yeah, yeah. And yep.
That's coffee. That's quantum.
Me and Amy are gonna go get some more coffee right
Oh,
now.
not to mention other uses for coffee.
Fix your headlights, coffee cure all. It's the key to Star Trek. Okay, I'm out of here, y'all.
Good
We're
night,
gonna
folks.
good night, everybody. Thanks again. Pushing buttons.
Good
Pushing
night, folks.
them buttons.